Today on Judge Porter.
Well, first of all, it was about 6 years ago when my husband Edmund died.
She cannot take care of her own finances, and so that's when I reached out about the whole power of attorney.
And apparently I know what's in your account because I got the evidence right here.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Porter is presiding. Court is now in session.
Hello, everyone. Please be seated. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see here. We have case number 4047, Margaret Covington versus Patricia Palacios. Ladies, if you can please come to the podium. Hello, Ms. Covington.
Your Honor.
I see here that you are suing the defendant for the amount of $150,000.
That is correct.
Wow, that's a pretty big chunk of change. You mind telling us what happened?
Well, first of all, it was about 6 years ago when my husband Edmund died.
Oh, I am so sorry
We never
to hear
had
that.
children. I was lonely, and I hired Patricia as a caregiver and a companion, and she helped with my loneliness.
Okay.
Now, about 6 weeks ago, where this problem stems from, I was very ill, horrible abdominal pain, ended up in the hospital, nearly had a ruptured appendix. Before surgery, she approached me with a limited power of attorney to take care of household items and such while I was in the hospital.
Okay.
Which at the time it made sense. So I did sign it, yes.
Okay.
Now, I do want to state that I was in the hospital probably at least 2 weeks longer than most people who recover from something like this. And it seemed every time that Patricia came to visit me, some of my antibiotics came up missing. And I don't know what happened. Eventually, I was well enough to come home. And that's when I found the bank statements. Okay.
Take your time, ma'am. Take your time.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit just so upset about this.
Yes, ma'am.
I have 3 checking accounts. One's personal, one's household, and one's a money market account. I keep at least $100,000 in each one of those, just for emergencies and such. When I got home and looked into my paperwork from the bank, I discovered each one of those accounts had $50,000 drawn out of each one while I was in the hospital. I've never had any need to do something like that before.
Okay.
Patricia was the one who took it out with the power of attorney.
All right. Now, you brought up something about antibiotics. Why did you bring that up? Are you... What?
Well, due to possible sepsis and stuff from the appendectomy, they put me on very powerful antibiotics, which I had by my bedside at the hospital. And I'm just saying, Patricia came to visit a few times, and when it was time to take my medicine later, the pills were missing.
Okay. Is it a possibility the staff at the hospital moved it, or...
I guess anything's possible, Your Honor.
Okay.
But it seems rather ridiculous if they're trying to get me well, they would then take my pills and hide them.
Point taken. Miss Palacios, am I pronouncing your last name correctly, ma'am?
Yes, you are.
Okay, you've heard what Ms. Covington had to say. Please address your side of the issue.
So I've been employed by Ms. Covington for about 6 years now. Throughout those 6 years, I've been nothing but a huge help and comforting her and helping her now that her husband passed away. And I fulfilled all my duties to the best of my ability. I realized at some point she cannot take care of her own finances. And so that's when I reached out about the whole power of attorney. And with
I'm sorry, what What gave you the inclination that she was unable to take care of her own finances?
She goes through a lot of different episodes, deep depression. She has very strong symptoms that it's showing that her mental health is declining rapidly.
Okay.
And it's been within the last couple months. So after seeing that and witnessing her struggling, I wanted to step in. She doesn't have anyone. She doesn't have any friends, like she mentioned, no kids. So I felt the need to be that person and make decisions for her. And so I did. And all I did was pay her bills and all the costs that were incurred by her, and also provide comfort during this tough time and
I want to make sure I heard this right. So you are aware of the fact that she doesn't have any other family or friends to turn to, and you offered to do the power of attorney for her to take care of her finances. Is that what I just heard?
That's correct.
Okay. You still didn't answer. How did you know that she needed her finances to be taken care of, though?
Because her mental health is deteriorating. I don't think that she's capable of managing her own finances.
No, let her speak.
She's not. I don't think she's capable. I think that she needs the help. I see her struggling. I see her look at her statements and she doesn't know how to make sense of it. And so, yes, she needs someone to step in.
Okay, Ms. Covington, do you have any type of documentation in reference to bank statements or anything like that I can look at?
I do, Your Honor.
Jeff, let me see what she's working with here. Thank you, sir. Give me a second, ladies. Let me go over this. Okay, this is a bank statement. I see that. Okay. Am I reading this right? I can't be reading this right. This is a bill from the hospital.
Yes.
Okay. I'm confused. The bill, you said it was $50,000 from each account. I see that from the statements that you provided.
Correct. $150,000 was
But
taken.
the billing that I have is way less than the amount that was taken out.
Yes,
I'm confused. How did that happen? I don't understand.
Your Honor, I don't know if those documents were modified, but if I truly did take her money, I would be in the Bahamas right now. I would not be here. It doesn't make any sense. I used that power of attorney to pay her bills and just the costs associated to her.
Okay, so you took out. So you're confirming that you did take out the money from her account. So that's not up for debate. We all agree that part happened. But where I'm having the confusion is, like the young people say, the math ain't mathing.
Uh-huh.
And what I'm getting is I see 50,000 from this account, 50,000 from this account, 50,000 from this account. I see that, but the billing statement from the hospital is way less. Mm-hmm. So I guess my question to you is, what happened to the extra monies?
Well, like I say, whenever she has her weird episodes where she doesn't make any sense and she has lack of clarity, she sometimes will say, hey, I want to move some money to this charity, or I want to, treat you to a spa day,
and
or pay.
Wait a minute. Her giving monies to a charity is a mental issue?
It's not a mental issue. It just, maybe those transactions don't make any sense, but they're authorized by her. That's what I'm trying to say.
Let me tell you what else doesn't make any sense to me. I got the billing statement, and I got another statement here that says that it's past due from the hospital. They've made multiple requests for payment. I want to make sure I read. Yeah. I got the part where it says here that money's owed. This is the billing, how much it costs, which is less than what was taken out. And then I have another statement from the hospital that says that the money, that they're making another request to be paid, basically. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now they're saying, this is how much it is. We haven't gotten paid yet.
Okay. So you've never missed a payment in your life? I mean, I'm human. I'm not perfect.
You know what?
And she wants to be in
Hold
charge.
on. You know what? You got a good point. We all make mistakes, but see, here's the problem. You have the power of attorney. You have the responsibility to make sure that the payments are done on time. All the finances are taken care of. That is part of your responsibility. Mm-hmm. Now, here's where my confusion is. $150,000 has been taken out. but it didn't go towards the hospital. Where did it go?
Your Honor, those ins and outs of her money, I'm telling you, they were authorized transactions by her. And sometimes she says things that don't make sense. Make this payment to this charity, make this.
You know what? I got that. I got that. But here's the thing. Your responsibility is to pay the hospital. She didn't take that money out. You took that money out. Where did the money go?
Ask her. Those payments were.
Okay.
Your Honor.
I see what I'm dealing with here. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I'd just like to say that over the years, I did treat her like a daughter. Took her on several cruises, first class. I paid for.
Okay.
I even gave her $5,000 to get a more reliable transportation.
Okay.
I may be a bit unsteady on my feet sometimes, but I know down to the penny what is in my accounts.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So
and apparently I know what's in your account because I got the evidence right
so
here.
If she needs that, why need a power of attorney? If she's so capable of managing her own finances, that doesn't make any sense to me.
She trusted you to do the right thing.
And I did.
She trusted you. Apparently not. You took the money out, but it didn't go to where it was supposed to go. And then, you know what? The funny part is, Miss Palacios, do you have a dual citizenship?
Yes, I'm Cuban. I was born in Cuba.
All right. And the last time I checked, we didn't have a extradition treaty with Cuba. Am I correct in saying that, Jeff, if you can remember correctly?
No, you're correct.
No, the United States doesn't have an extradition with Cuba. And I know what you're saying. Why does that matter? Because I find you responsible, and you're going to pay her $150,000. What'd you say?
It's not fair. It's not fair. Yes. Do you not see how confusing it is when someone treats you as a daughter and says, hey, I'm going to buy you a car. I'm going to treat you to the spa.
You know what I think is unfair? Is that you took $150,000 and you didn't put the money where it was supposed to go. I got a statement from the hospital saying, where's our money? You took out the money. You were responsible for that. And you know what else I think? Although I don't have the evidence to prove it, I think you took her medication so she can get sick and so you can take out more money.
That's false. That's false.
Or like Kendrick Lamar says, more paper and more paper and more paper. That's what I think that you did. That is what I think you did. You committed an act of fraud. You will pay her $150,000. And because you have this dual citizenship and you can go wherever, I'm also placing you under arrest for fraud. Your bond is $250,000.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Did you just call me crazy in my own court?
No, this whole situation is crazy.
Are you disrespecting me in my own court?
It's going to turn to a Britney Spears situation if you don't have someone help her with her finances.
Oh, don't worry. I will make sure that she's taken care of. But I'm going to make sure that people like you don't take advantage of people like her.
Oh, God.
So, off you go.
Good. So unfair.
Keep talking. Ms. Covington, I am so sorry that you had to experience this, ma'am. Let me ask you a question, ma'am. Is there any type of medical help that we can get you for your health conditions or any other thing? Because I do have access to those type of programs to help you, so you don't have to deal with people like that.
I would gladly take that information from you.
Okay. All right. I have some other court cases, but when this is over with, I will make sure that I have that information relayed to you, ma'am. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All righty, ma'am. This court is adjourned.
Well, I have to say that I'm pleased with what Judge Porter did. But this whole thing has left me with such a heavy, heavy heart. I did think of her as a daughter, and I guess in the future I'll have to be, excuse me, more careful about who I trust.
This is completely unfair. I was treated unfairly. My hands hurt from the handcuffs. I mean, it's just, honestly, I'm so disappointed. I feel insulted. I take my job very seriously. I took very good care of Ms. Covington, and this is just it's mind-blowing that this became the verdict. So I am just disappointed. I have a family that I have to take care of, and now I have no job. So really disappointed.